Hello and welcome. I'm your host, William Liu. I'm joined by co-host Alex Wong. We said we'd stay flexible in case anything happened today I guess we're now 23 hours officially from the trade deadline. It is 4 p.m. Eastern time, and we have a blockbuster trade to react to. The Toronto Raptors
Blockbuster as in blockbuster videos. Yeah.
This is basically like getting blockbuster video in the year 2026, but breaking news, the Toronto Raptors have made a trade. Raptors have finally made a move. The move, as reported by Shams Charania of ESPN, the Los Angeles Clippers, Brooklyn Nets, and Toronto Raptors have agreed on a multi-team trade, sending Chris Paul to the Toronto Raptors and Ochai Agbaji, a 2032 Raptors second rounder, and undisclosed cash to the Brooklyn Nets, sources tell ESPN. As a follow-up, the Raptors obviously will not require Chris Paul to report to the team and could still discuss trades involving him over the next day. Toronto is now out of the luxury tax. Brooklyn picks up an asset and cash to cover Agbaji's salary. The Clippers clear a roster spot and save $7 million in tax. Alex Wong, for a brief moment there was probably a solid minute, maybe 2 minutes between the two Shams tweets, where it felt like Chris Paul was actually joining the Raptors. I'm not gonna lie, as soon as I saw this thing hit my phone, I broke out laughing. What's your reaction? Because this is your GOAT. You could have had your GOAT in Toronto, man.
Yo, I literally just finished my therapy, and then of course I run back to my phone, make sure the Raptors hadn't acquired Domantas Sabonis or whatever. And the first sentence I see is the one that you just read: is the Raptors are acquiring Chris Paul. So I go to the group chat, and I think all I saw was you being like, "Nah, he's gonna get cut." Yo, let Chris Paul come to Toronto, man. What's the downside of having Chris Paul? Did he just get waived this year because he was a terrible, toxic locker room asset? He was most recently seen with Kevin Hart on Amazon Prime, man. Get Chris Paul to Toronto. At least just bring him in on a 10-day, man. Mo Bamba get to have a 10-day. Chris Paul can't be here for 10 days. Chris Paul would immediately be the second best point guard to ever suit up for the Raptors, man. It's Kyle Lowry and then it's Chris Paul. Chris Paul would be a top 5 all-time NBA player to suit up for the Raptors, man.
I'm crying. So the reason we can't even have Chris Paul play, obviously, look, all jokes aside, Chris Paul does not need to be playing for the Raptors. The Raptors do not need Chris Paul. This is a bit of accounting, okay? Just to get under the tax, move off of Ochai's salary. We could talk about the implications from that. The Chris Paul aspect is just, he's going to get rerouted. And honestly, no one else is going to trade for Chris Paul. So Raptors are going to basically just cut him. And then he can join a team in free agency.
What kind of final year of your NBA career is this, man? This guy got waived by the Clippers for Ray J. Jackson or whatever. And now he's just a piece that's just going to get waived.
Ray J. Dennis, bro. Respect Ray J. Dennis, man.
And now he's going to get waived by the Raptors for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Paul has no value in the NBA. You're telling me.
He has negative value in the NBA right now. No, I think part of me, it's just so funny to see Chris Paul go out like this, go out so sad. We've been making so many discussions about it on the show, and I'm a notorious CP3 hater, mostly because I don't like guys who punch people in the balls, and then win no championships while cheating. So I just for me it's personally very funny, but I guess the first thing that when he got traded here, I'm like, okay, so first off, he can't even be our vet because we got Garrett Temple. Okay, so I don't think Chris Paul can lead better conga lines than Garrett Temple and give better life advice than Garrett Temple. So already he can't have the vet spot. He can't even have his number because he's been CP3 everywhere. But he can't be the notorious CP3. We already got the notorious BI3.
Yo, what number do you think he would have won? Do you think he would have won 97 or something? He's 97 plus 3 equals, I'm going to keep it 100. No, legit, what number do you think he would have grabbed? Is number 1 available? Is one?
No, Grady's got that, man. You can't even get it off Grady.
Right. Grady's got the 1.
Streets are saying CP33. No.
Yo, he should have won 24. CP24, man.
Oh my god.
He would have been on CP24, man.
You know what? Now I kind of wish he does stay as a Raptor. CP24 would be amazing.
Chris Paul on the Raptors for the rest of the season would have raised the entertainment value by 1,000, bro. First of all, I would have fought you to go to every game. I would have showed up to every practice.
I would have given you my pass, man. You go.
I would've-
You
no,
deserve it, man.
No, I would have fought to get a sit down with CP, man. You know how incredible that would be?
Oh my god.
Anyways, it was a fever
Anyway.
dream for like a minute, man. Yeah.
No, it was legit 1 minute of people being like, Chris Paul and the Raptors? Like, nah. So, putting that part aside, I guess, honestly, my read of it, especially considering there's only like 23 hours to go to the trade deadline,
Yeah.
my read of it is like, this feels a bit like the Raptors are just going to sit out a little bit. It's a bit like a white flag because, obviously, you've seen the Raptors linked to these big names. You know, I don't know if you saw the last minute, like, oh, Raptors are interested in Anthony Davis. Like, there's a last second push once again for the AD stuff. That didn't happen. AD ultimately gets traded to Washington, which we'll talk about in a second. And then the Sabonis thing, I guess, like, there's been a lot of talk about Sabonis. You know, basically, it's been talked about for a month now. But it seems like, you know, the Raptors don't want to give a first rounder to Sacramento for Sabonis. And I think that, like, nobody's taking Jakob Poeltl, despite my propaganda video of Jakob Poeltl hitting a corner three in practice. I don't think people were moved by such evidence. And so it feels like that's also dead. And then I guess the last bit of thing was like, okay, well, the Raptors can still use Ochai's contract, which is like the only expiring, you know, contract that they could really use to have some flexibility. Maybe we turn Ochai and his contract into like a backup center. And, you know, this is like budget buys, but like maybe we do a budget buy. But then we've also evidently not done a budget buy because all we did was swap this out for Chris Paul. What's Bobby cooking, man? Hey, Bobby, Asian Mafia can't protect you forever, man. I got questions, Bob.
So I guess end of the day, they just got under the tax by getting rid of Ochai. Like,
that's it.
This was their move. And I guess they tossed in like a 2032 second rounder to make it happen.
Yeah.
I see people getting mad, be like, why do they have to toss it? Who cares, man? It's 2032, man.
A 2032 second rounder, that is like a 14-year-old somewhere.
Yeah,
it's just been traded from Toronto to Brooklyn, okay?
Yeah, so, yeah, no, I think I'm with you. It feels like, I mean, obviously AD's moved out now, so we don't have to talk about that. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like the Raptors drew the line on not giving up a first rounder for Sabonis, which I think was smart. I mean, if you're going to do the deal, I think you just hold the line. Like, it wasn't like, you know, they had to be desperate to try to get him. Yep. And, yeah, I don't really see anything else. Maybe I mean, you know, I guess they're under the tax now. They're not going to go over and add, like, a backup center or something. I'm telling you, man, that Mo Bamba has been signed to another 10 days. He's going to hit tomorrow, man.
No, man. No, because the reason they didn't bring back Mo Bamba for a second 10 days is because they had Mo Bamba. And Darko was like, I don't really want to play this guy. Bobby, why did you give me this guy? So I was like, all right, fuck it.
Yo, man, just let CP report, man. Make him do a presser at least. Make him answer some questions, man. Do you think if CP does a presser here?
You should text him. You should text him right now.
I should get the first question. Yeah.
You should get every question. You should do a sit-down one-on-one. Chris Paul should come on Hello, okay? Chris Paul should come on Hello, so I can tell him how dirty he is to his face.
Hey, listen, man. Like as Darko has said, our trade deadline acquisition is gonna be Jakob Poeltl.
Oh man,
like
I can already tell that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen tomorrow. In 24 hours, Bobby Webster will be saying our trade deadline acquisition will be a healthy Jakob Poeltl. I'm telling you, 24 hours from now.
How would you feel? JR just said to CP eat fish. How would you feel if Bobby did his presser tomorrow and it was like, hey, we're shutting Jakob down for the rest of the season?
Oh my god, man.
First of all, I would be really mad if I was any other GM. I'm like, you've been trying to push me damaged goods. But what if he takes the podium tomorrow and he's like, hey, you know, we're gonna shut down Jakob, try it again next season.
What they're gonna be like?
How do you think the fans would feel? Yeah.
No, I actually think that like there will be a very small, like maybe 20 people, roughly 20 to 30 people, like a busload of people might show up outside of Scotiabank.
Yo, people treating Bobby like Nico Harrison, man. There's no trade to be made out here, man.
No,
Sabonis, sure, but yeah, come on.
No,
man.
but like they needed to put a lot of assets into that Sabonis basket, and I'm happy Bobby's not doing that because this, to be honest, like the only surprise I have is that they didn't there wasn't another deal to be made to bring back somebody who's playable in exchange for Ochai, right? Because like that's the only exit ramp you really had. Unless
But come
you
on,
do another surprise trade.
Ochai barely had any trade value though.
No, I know he had no trade value, but
Yeah.
it's an expiring salary. Like I thought you could
No,
even
that's fair.
grab like, I mean, I don't even care about Kevon Looney. I don't want to make it sound like I've been dying for Kevon Looney. But like, you could just add somebody like that and they can absorb that. You know what I mean? You could even get. I don't know. I just feels like there's like even the Nick Richards, right? The Nick Richards of the world. Like you just grab somebody who can have a big body, who's healthy with a healthy back, to join your team and play center for you. That's it. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the biggest worry is like aside from what the Raptors did or didn't do, it's just like a lot of teams in the East have gotten better here.
Oh man.
Like short term and long term, right? Like I think, we talked about the James Harden move. I think we agree that makes Cleveland better for this season. I mean, I'm liking my Wizards. Wizards gonna be dangerous next year.
Okay.
They got a good young core there. And now they got the vets, in AD and Trae Young.
Hey, you know what?
No, I like that squad, man. Plus,
I mean,
I don't even know who the
they
Washington
upgraded.
GM is. Isn't it the former Clippers guy?
Yeah.
Michael Winger or whatever.
Yeah.
But he was they got Trae Young and AD for like not a lot, man.
They got them
Like,
for not a lot. I mean,
That's the bargain hunting. I mean, I guess we did the similar version with Ingram last year too. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I thought those were great moves for them, man.
Well, I
AD's
mean-
value ended up being like nothing.
this is the thing. If you do one of these like extended rebuilds, what you're supposed to have out of that are good young players who have yet to contribute to winning, but have shown a lot of promise. But they're also cheap because they're still on the rookies to go contracts. And then on top of that, you probably have acquired surplus draft picks by using your cap space, by giving up some of your veterans to sort of, pick up a couple extra assets. And then that way you're able to turn those liquid assets into like, win now talent, right? Like what Utah did with Jaren Jackson Jr. is very similar to what Washington is doing right now with Anthony Davis, although they're obviously two like, pretty different players at this current moment, just based on age. But like these teams that decide, okay, we've done enough rebuilding, we've got enough young pieces, we have guys on who are outperforming their deals. Like Alex Sarr is outperforming his deal with Washington, and Keontae George is outproducing his deal in Utah, and Keyshawn George is outproducing his deal in Washington, et cetera, et cetera. Now you actually have the flexibility and extra assets to add on these guys. That doesn't really take away from your rebuild. There's no guarantee that they'll make the team better. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting though, because like, Washington I think will definitely be better than they are this year going forward, just by adding Trae Young and Anthony Davis. I think even Charlotte. I mean, Charlotte, like low-key, I've been wanting to talk about Charlotte for a while. I guess it's trade deadline, but like Charlotte has had I would argue Charlotte has had more impressive wins this season than the Raptors have. And that's not to say that Charlotte has been better than the Raptors. The Raptors obviously have 30 wins right now. Charlotte's got 23, so like obviously 7 more wins is significant, but like Charlotte's clearly building something interesting there. And I guess we'll see if they keep LaMelo long term, but they have beaten some pretty damn good teams along the way. Like they got wins over, let's see, like Dallas that the Raptors couldn't beat. They beat the Lakers. They beat the Thunder by a lot, by the way. They beat the Thunder by 27 points. I think this was actually the Thunder's second loss of the year at that point. They beat the Magic twice. They beat the Sixers. They beat the Spurs. They beat the Raptors twice, obviously. Like they got some nice wins under their belt. That's all I'll say, really. So I don't know. I think for the Raptors, like there was no great deal that materialized. Like we kept squinting at the trade deadline, and unless there's some sort of like secondary move to go along here, and I guess this doesn't technically take them out of the Sabonis trade, but I think this is the type of move you make with like an hour left to the trade deadline, because you're like, all right, there's nothing else to do. Let's just do a bit of accounting and ship off Ochai. Like this doesn't really feel like it's setting up for another move, unless I don't know. Like, can you see another move happening after this?
No, I feel like at the start of the season, Bobby was like, I'm gonna make one move and get us under the luxury tax, and he's delivered on that. So
That's it.
he's done his job.
He could have done this at any time, man.
He's done his job. No, I don't see another move coming. I'm wondering too, like what else is going to be coming down the pipe just overall for the trade deadline tomorrow, because
Right.
we've already seen a lot of the big moves, right? Like Harden was out of nowhere. You know, AD's on the move now. The last piece it seems like is if Giannis is on the move at all. But outside of that, like I don't think there's any other big trades that are going to happen. I mean, Mark Stein's reporting right now that the Hawks are closing in on Daniel Gafford. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's another center off the board.
You don't have to tell me if he's closing it. Just tell me when they get Daniel Gafford. That doesn't really change much for anything, but just that's cool, man.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of the trade deadline activity was done these last 2 days. And thinking about Harden a bit more too is like I kind of respect how Harden just speed ran through like the trade request thing in 2 days. Meanwhile, we've been dragging out this divorce between Giannis and the Bucks for like a year.
Yeah,
Harden's like, let me show you how this is done, man.
Yeah, he's like, look, I'm gonna set out a game for personal reasons.
Yeah,
and then that's it. I'm out of here. Like,
and then he went to Ramona Shelburne and he was like, I never requested a trade. I wanted the Clippers to make sure they had a chance to get a young player back.
Wow.
I love Harden, man, because like, you'll never hear Harden
that's like dumping somebody and being like, I did this for you. I want you to succeed without me.
But you'll never hear Harden say all the bullshit about, hey, I want to be here for the rest of, like, you know, this is the only one city that I want to play for. He's always ready to go, man. He's always ready to go, and I respect that, man.
Yeah, no, it's true. Listen, like I think Harden is what is known as emotionally unavailable, man. You know what it is when you get James Harden, okay?
I'm telling you, Cleveland's in the finals, man. Harden's gonna finally do it, man. Year 19, baby.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make the stripper joke about Harden. Never mind. But
God.
You know, like I think for the rest of the East, I mean, there has been other movement. You know, I think that you know, you have. Anthony Davis, that was the big move today. So AD goes to Washington along with Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum. And to the Dallas Mavericks, we get Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley III, 2 first-round picks, which, to be clear, one of them is this year's OKC first-round pick, which is literally the worst first-round pick. It's the 30th pick.
30th, yeah.
And then a 2030, I think it's a Warriors pick protected unless it falls in the 21 to 30 range. So basically like a bottom 10 first round pick and then 3 second rounders. So basically 2 really, really bad first round picks and 3 second rounders. This does end the AD to Toronto saga. Yeah, what you think, man?
Well, they need to bring Nico Harrison back to Dallas.
To fire him again?
Yeah. Like that, you look at this, man. Like they ended up getting Marvin Bagley, which was who he was drafted higher than Luka in 2018. Yeah, so they end up getting the second overall pick from 2018, but they salary dumped AD, man. Like this was a pure, you know, get out of the money, rebuild around Cooper Flag. Man, imagine if they didn't land that damn number 1 pick, man. Like at least they have that silver lining. Because otherwise, it'd be real sad in Dallas right now. But they end up getting, 29 games of Anthony Davis, like, in total in Dallas. And, yeah, I don't know. Just bring Nico back and fire him a second time, man. This is insane.
Yeah, I mean, I you know, the weird thing is, like, okay, yes, you can do the subsequent trade, but it's like, realistically, they got the most they could have out of AD at this given moment. And it's hard to sort of connect it to because the original sin, like you've already given up most of your value as soon as you traded Luka for AD in 1 pick, right? I mean, like I guess the best asset they got out of that was really Max Christie, who's no, I'm serious. Like I'm actually not even joking. The best asset they got for Luka was really Max Christie.
Yeah.
That's contributing to their team, and then yeah, I think for AD, like you know, like this is probably the best you could get for him right now. Like his contract is huge. He's not healthy, especially for this year. So for any team that's trying to trade for him, like if you're the Raptors, like trying to trade for AD was a huge gamble because you don't know if he's going to be available for your playoffs this year. So you can't really shake up your team to get him now. So you're basically left with teams like Washington who don't really care about this year but want to do something with them going forward. And then you also have on the factor that like he wants to get an extension. So you're not going to get a lot of value out of that situation, right? So based on at least what Dallas got, I mean, this is sad, but this is probably was the best call out there for AD, you know?
Well, if you look at it from Toronto's perspective, like in the end, I guess the big holdup in any trade like this for Toronto is like they would have had to throw in starters to make the salaries work, right? Like whereas the Wizards were able to cobble together like Chris Middleton's money and all these other people. Because in the end, the price was not that high for AD. Like, I mean, the Raptors could have done something similar, but then I think the only holdup would have been they would have had to throw in starters.
Right.
And that would have disrupted it. Because, like, man, if we could have gotten AD for this price, like, I feel like we would have done it too.
I mean, not to say this for like the 1000th episode in a row, but we can't make this trade for AD because nobody wants Jakob Poeltl.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's single-handedly like turned this whole situation into like he's both simultaneously the problem because we need a center and he's the only center, but then he's also the problem in that he's not healthy enough that it takes too many trade assets to even trade him right now, so that nobody really wants him and it handcuffs you in any trade. So to be honest, the actual only person who could solve the Jakob Poeltl problem is Jakob Poeltl himself.
Hey, man, I hope Jakob gets back healthy here, remainder of the season and really shows out in the playoffs, man. Let's go, baby.
Well, we have no other choice, man. We're stuck with we actually got no other choice, man. Can we get Jakob Poeltl holding
Oh,
that
my
pot?
God.
Like in no other choice.
Yo, just watched a Bong Joon-ho movie this morning, man.
Yes, Snowpiercer.
No, Memories of Murder. Real nice way to kick off the morning.
I was gonna say, what's wrong with you, man? Why are you watching that first thing in the morning,
I
dog?
literally just put that on and then was scrolling Twitter waiting for trades to come down, man.
Yeah.
All right, man, you got to get to the arena, bro. Come on.
Yeah, there's just a couple more trades to sort of talk about, and obviously there will still be more things coming out. But first, the weather's been pretty bad, so I've been thinking of taking a little vacation, which we'll do right now.
Hey, man, you've been working really hard this season on the podcast. I think it's time you take a break.
I agree with you. I was looking at the calendar and I saw I got a bit of a week off, and I think I'm going to make a trip to one of my favorite cities in the world, Mexico City.
Oh, man, I love Mexico City, man. Well, one of the things to figure out, you got to book a spot there, man. You going to be using Airbnb?
Of course. Last time I was in CDMX, I did use Airbnb, and I found an amazing spot. It was in Roma, one of my favorite neighborhoods, and the best part about it, I still think about it to this day, it had this personal patio on the rooftop. You're able to wake up every morning to all this sunlight, which you do not get a lot of in the winter where we are, and I might just go right back to that same spot.
Yeah, now that you talk about it, I kind of want to go on a trip too, man. I think I banked about like 15 vacation days in April. Probably gonna go with some friends, maybe 6-7 of them, and man, I gotta find a spot that's spacious and in a good location.
Okay, well, first off, I hope I get that invite, okay? But while you're looking for that, have you checked out the guest favorites feature? It shows you the most well-loved places by guests, the highest rated scores, and I think it's just a great way to find the spot that you're looking for, so that you can live like a local and outside of all the touristy areas.
Yo, that's a great call, man. All right, let's both take a break, book our trip, and use Airbnb.
Yo, you think Chris Paul will join that Airbnb with us, man? This guy could join us. We could be on the patio together, my friend. Come on,
is he still doing State Farm? Like, does he have any State Farm ads going on right now? Like,
he could do whatever ad he wants.
What's happening in his life right now, man?
Nothing's happening in his life. Maybe honestly, at this point, Chris, why not come to Toronto? You know what? I'm actually with you, Alex. Let's bring Chris Paul to Toronto. Why not, man? Why not?
Who was the guy that we acquired last year? Didn't we acquire D'Angelo Russell or something? I know we got James Wiseman, and then we waived him, right? Like, Wiseman.
I think we landed PJ Tucker for like the third time.
Okay,
and then we cut him without him coming to Toronto.
Okay.
There was like, if I'm not,
Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's who I was thinking about. Yeah, we got Dinwiddie.
Yes, we also got Dinwiddie, and then we never let him. Like, this is the Raptors' MO actually. Just we'll trade for you, but don't actually come. Like,
yeah. Dinwiddie. Yeah,
it's actually very funny, man.
Dinwiddie would have been hilarious too. He's another fake smart Andre Iguodala, pay me in Bitcoin type. Yeah,
that's tough. By the way, one of the smartest players in the NBA, I'll submit to you, is Raptors legend Otto Porter Jr. I think technically the Raptors paid him for 2 years.
Oh my god,
like 5 games, man.
Yeah, I forgot about that guy. Yeah, shouts to who was his agent? David Falk. Yeah, shouts to David Falk.
Yeah, I was like, yo, that's Michael Jordan's agent. Like,
yeah, that was a big deal when Falk came through OVO, man.
Because I think Otto Porter was his last client which is pretty incredible.
Yeah, he cashed out, man.
Yeah, Otto Porter with the toe injury, right? He nursed that toe injury for like 2 years. Every time they're like, "Yo, man, you think you can play against the Cavs?" He's like, "Nah, man, my toe, my toe."
All right.
Do you okay? Well, there's a couple more trades really, but to be honest, I don't know. Like the Hornets getting like Kobe White, it's cool. You know, I mean, I don't know. There wasn't a lot of super high impact stuff. Like I guess we can go through it. Hold on. Kobe White and Mike Conley go to Charlotte. The Bulls get Colin Sexton, Ousmane Dieng, and 3 second-round picks. I'm just surprised Kobe White's like went for like basically nothing here, but I believe the reason here is because Kobe White's probably he's gonna be a free agent, right? So like this is a bit of pre-agency. So I guess the Hornets, instead of sticking with Colin Sexton, who I think was also expiring, just commit to Kobe White instead. White is better offensively for sure.
Little quirk here too, because Conley got traded a second time, he can now go back to Minnesota. Yeah, because I think
that feels like cheating, man. What?
No, because if a player gets traded a second time, then he can go back now because he's not going back to the original team. So I'm pretty sure Conley's going back to Minnesota. He's not staying in Charlotte, man.
Oh, I mean, no one's staying in Charlotte, man. Don't worry. I mean, well, not no one's staying in Charlotte, but I think he's going to be in the veteran point guard buyout market. Chris Paul is going to be in that same market as well.
Just imagine the CP like open gym episode, man. If you got to come here.
Oh, the gym's closed for CP, bro.
Yo, RJ's like, yo, you ever had Osmos? CP's like, shut the fuck up and get in the layup line.
CP's like, my stomach's rumbling because of that chicken on the rocks. Another trade that took place today, OKC landed Jared McCain. The Sixers gave up the 2026, or the Sixers required 2026 Rockets first round pick, which is not a bad first round pick. That should be like high 20s. And then 3 second round picks as well. McCain got off to a really nice start to his career for the first like 2 months or so, and then he got injured.
Hey, he got market corrected by VJ Edgecombe, man.
Yeah, VJ Edgecombe completely snatched this chain, but McCain was like pretty nice, like decent little scorer there.
Oh,
and OKC has all the picks in the world.
Yeah, this is another great pickup for OKC, man, because Shea's out.
Okay.
Shea's out through All-Star weekend, abdominal strain, and I think long term too, just adding McCain to the rotation for like nothing because they have a war chest of these picks. Is there a replacement coming then? Because Shea's out for All-Star now. So does that have to be a Team World replacement?
I'm curious if Shea plays All-Star but just isn't playing for the next week until All-Star or one of those things.
Well, they said he's going to be out through All-Star weekend, so it looks like he's going to be missing it.
Okay, well, damn, that would be really sad, actually. I do feel kind of bad for him, to be honest. But, okay, if Shea's not playing, then I guess they have to replace him
and
probably with an
international. Why can't they just shift Norm to Team World and then just bring Brandon Ingram onto Team USA? Yeah.
You know what? Let's do that, Adam Silver. Let's bring back
Adam Silver be doing anything. Yesterday, he's like, yo, Darko.
Adam Silver is doing
Darko,
anything,
you're coming, bro. Like, Darko's like, okay.
Darko's like, I made it. I'm happy for Darko, though. I'm happy for Darko. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really think the Raptors could have jumped in on either of these two. Kobe White would have been interesting because, like, he actually brings, like, a scoring punch. I think he was only making, like, $11 million, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Did you want the Raptors to like throw in some second-round picks for Kobe White?
They would have had to pay him in the summer, and I don't think they're paying him.
Yeah, Kobe White's making 12.8 or 12.6, so I guess you could have probably done like Ochai, Garrett Temple, Grady Dick for.
Yeah, but then you would have had to lock him in the summer, though.
Right, which at that point, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could also then move on from RJ in the summertime, but I don't really like Kobe White and IQ together. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess the Raptors really didn't have many opportunities to jump in on some of these. Last thing I wanted to say was just about Ochai Agbaji and just like the fact that his career is now over with the Raptors, despite the Raptors actually investing some time into him. But just before we get to that, I want to let you guys know, man, the trade deadline is very stressful. Okay, this afternoon I was thinking like, can I take a nap? And I was like, I should just be able to take a nap. You know what I mean? Like that should be no issue. But I was also seeing a whole bunch of like trades happen on the timeline, so I'm like, maybe I won't nap. That probably adds to your stress in the future as well. But you just got to stay chill, okay? And Coors Light is always the chill play. this is the move, okay? You put you put your beer in the fridge, you wait for the mountain to turn blue, that means the beer is as cold, as refreshing as the Rockies themselves. So when the game heats up, why not make the chill choice by grabbing a crisp, refreshing Coors Light? Find Coors Light near you. Visit CoorsLightShop.ca. Celebrate responsibly, and you must be of legal drinking age. All right, Ochai Agbaji. So the Raptors did acquire Ochai Agbaji. During the rebuild, he was looked at as a player that the Raptors saw some immense potential in. I remember Masai, personally telling some reporters, a group of us, that they saw that he could be an elite defender. Obviously, he wasn't a particularly strong offensive player, but he did have like a decent 3-and-D year last year. Started a majority of games last season, started 45 of his 64 games, averaged 10 points per game, shot 50% from the field, 40% from three. Reasonably efficient 3-and-D guy, although basically only had plays set up for him. Like all the plays were like cuts to the basket, and all the threes were assisted corner threes, basically. So like you should be efficient because you're just taking the easiest shots. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess he just like fell off in a big way this year. Never really found that same consistency from three, despite shooting the exact same shots. He just couldn't make them this year. And ultimately had, I would say, less than zero value because the Raptors actually had to attach a very distant second rounder just to get rid of him. Considering the fact that the Raptors did actually trade the 29th pick in the 2024 draft for him in the first place. That pick became Isaiah Collier, who did have 22 assists last night, by the way. I don't know. What do you think? Like, was this a wasted opportunity? Like, what is this? Feels like it is.
Yeah, I mean,
they picked him up. Time, to be honest.
They picked him up during the rebuild, like you said, and I think he had every opportunity to kind of step up and develop, and it just, it never happened. I thought there was a lot of buzz about him. Like in training camp too, coming in, like he had looked good, and then figured maybe he could like slot into a bigger role this season, and during his time here, he just never really kind of grew or developed into I guess what the Raptors expected him to be. So we'll miss you,
I mean Ochai. He's just, it's weird because like I think there was a clear like Masai really liked him. I'm not trying to like put this on Masai, but like I never really heard Bobby talk about Ochai. I only ever heard Masai give me propaganda about Ochai.
The measurement is always like, does he get a video when he comes back? Yeah.
There's no video for Ochai. Are you kidding me? What? He's gonna get
Jerome,
the thank you.
Let's have Jerome cut up a 2-minute video.
When I see you again. Oh, Ochai. Ochai.
Yo, don't disrespect Paul Walker like that, man. R.I.P. No, but it's like... It's
sorry,
like,
man, but that's all you're getting, man.
No, but that's the measure. When you want to have these conversations, that's the measure. Will he get a video? And if he's not getting a video, then we move on.
He's not.
Yeah. We move on.
Yeah. So then why do we do this whole thing? Like, I mean, wouldn't you want to hold on to like your first round picks at that time anyway? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
and
Masai, like you said, Masai clearly saw something in Ochai. Yeah, this was gonna be the next OG or something. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Well,
and didn't work out.
Yeah, I guess it didn't work out. Like, I'm not mad. I'm just like, it just kind of is a waste of time. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously,
you take a couple of shots at this when you're rebuilding. Hope guys turn out, and
no, for sure.
Yeah,
and they have like what? They have like still another couple of irons in that same fire. Like Battle, Grady, Jacoby. They're still fighting it out. Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z which one is going to win those minutes. You know what I mean? Like, that's that is what it is. At least it does clear out a bit of extra space. I think the Raptors now have, two, assuming they just straight up cut Chris Paul, which I think is like 99% what's going to happen.
So crushing.
They're going to cut him with a knife. Bobby's going to he's going to shiv him, but
at least stretch him.
No, they're going to stretch him. They're going to wave him. They're going to treat him like
have Chris Paul report. Chris Paul will never step foot in a game with the Raptors.
Shut up, Shams. That felt very personal, man.
Will not have Chris Paul report. Chris Paul will never step foot in a game with the Raptors.
Shut up, Sharania, your stupid jawline.
Yo, even Shams is getting it on dunking on Chris Paul, bro.
Sharania gets dunked on at the damn All-Star game. Celeb
Yo,
game.
you know what Chris Paul? You know what game Chris Paul should be playing in? The celebrity game. He should be in that
CP
celeb game.
to Cafu.
Yo, he should legit be throwing lobs to Cafu right now, man.
Blocked by Lou. Simu, that is.
Chris Paul will never step foot in a game with the Raptors.
Yo, that's so hurtful, man.
I've never heard
I've
Shams
never
be so forceful about this.
No,
man.
Shams, this
Holy
is the
shit.
most definitive Shams has ever been.
I'm dying at this, man.
Oh, man, yeah.
But
no,
yeah, I mean,
oh, man.
so we have extra salary spots. I mean, the Raptors can then obviously convert some of their two ways. I think this opens up more chances for Elijah Martin, for example, to play. Clearly, the Raptors are pretty high on him. We saw the draft video in the latest open gym. Bobby and Darko dapping each other up. They were so excited about sort of how much of a dog Elijah was. So we've seen Elijah play for like 2 weeks. Now he actually has more chances to play. Also, by converting a guy off the two-way, you can actually play him in the playoffs if needed. Granted, he's obviously not going to be in the rotation for the playoffs, but at least you now have the option to. And yeah, you can just kind of start the cycle over again. You know what I mean? So that's kind of it for now. We'll see if the Raptors ultimately make any additional moves. We'll definitely be here on hand to react to it. But for now, the Raptors will play a game later today. That's where I'll be, Raptors Timberwolves. And then the Raptors play again tomorrow with the Raptors hosting the Chicago Bulls. Bobby Webster is scheduled to speak regardless of what other moves are made. He's either going to speak before the game tomorrow or after the game tomorrow, depending on, again, if there's more trades to be made. But if it is as it looks right now, which looks like the Raptors are pretty much, grand opening, grand closing, we're done, then we'll probably hear from Bobby before the game tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll be going live regardless tomorrow just to react to the last couple hours of the deadline. But appreciate you guys for all tapping in. Chris Paul, it was good. It was good getting to know you, man. That's it. Bye.
Toronto will not have Chris Paul report. Chris Paul will never step foot in a game with the Raptors.